Right, let's try to film a vlog before I forget how to make those. Hello. It has been maybe almost a month since my last video. Everything is fine. I just don't really know what to document because I've not been training for anything and I've also not been up too much. Even in Dubai, my life is objectively boring. Not to say I don't like it. I very much like my routine, the way it is, but it doesn't give me much material for content. And I came to the conclusion, finally, that I have too much of a vanilla personality to make filming my everyday life interesting. Like somebody like, let's say, Hugo Fry, he could have the most boring day in the world. He will find a way to make it entertaining to watch. I don't know how to do that. So good luck to me trying to make content, but I do really like documenting my life. So I'm gonna try to get back on the horse and try to vlog again. I've actually got something to film because I am racing this weekend, just a local 5k, nothing crazy. I have done this race twice before. They do a bunch throughout the year. It is the Skechers 5k. It was actually my very first race that I did here after we moved to Dubai. So I raced it in January, I finished first lady, raced again in March, finished first lady. So let's see if for my third time taking part in this race, I can collect a third First Lady trophy. I'm only filming this intro Saturday, the day before the race, but I did film some bits and bobs throughout the week. So let's rewind back and then let's come back to today. Tuesday morning, I've just finished my session, came down to a track for it with Ben. So I did 4x800 meter with 400 recovery, 4x400 meter with 400 recovery, and then 4x200 meter with 200 recovery. I was not really checking my paces, so I'm going to put the stats on the screen, but I can't comment on them because it's kind of toasty today and I tried to run to effort, so I didn't want to look at my watch and feel disheartened if my paces were a little slower than, usual. But hopefully I did the 800 at around 10k effort. I'm hoping it was like mid 340s, and then the 400 at 5k efforts, hopefully high 330s, and then the 200 try to go a little faster than 5k efforts, hopefully in the maybe low 330s. If that's around that, then I think that's alright. That will be basically my only bit of intensity this week until the race on Sunday. I'm not taking this race super seriously. It's not an A race, but it is getting hot here, so it's probably the last race that I can do here until November, where I could have a somewhat decent result. So I want to make sure I turn up with fresh legs and I give it a good go. Right, let me give you a quick training update for the past few weeks. I managed to maintain pretty good running volume, which was the aim. I want to be able to stack as many big weeks as possible for as long as possible. And this week, really, it is the first week that it's getting noticeably warmer and we really feel the impact of it on our runs. But up until now, it's been really fine. Over the past 8 full weeks, 5 of them I ran above 100 kilometers, and ironically, despite not training for anything at all, March was my biggest month of running to date. I ran every day, and my total for the month was 453 kilometers, which is higher volume than when I was marathon training at the end of last year. So after some big weeks back to back, we didn't want to push the boat too much because I also don't want to get injured. So I had a down week early April with a day off, but I still ran 83 kilometers and then went back up to 100. And this week I think will end up being my lowest in quite a while because I do not have a long run, I do have a rest day, and Sunday is a short race, it's just a 5k. But yeah, basically volume is the thing I'm trying to focus on for as long as I can. Apart from this week, pretty much every week I've tried to have a decent long run and at least one good speed session. I think most weeks I've managed 2 speed sessions and a long run. Most of those long runs had some intensity in them. There's even a long run that I did around the track that was 52 point something laps. It was a half marathon progression run. After considering all my options, honestly, the track was the best one, and also Ben was going to the track that day for his session. One thing I really dislike is stop for water, and one thing I dislike even more is carry water with me. So you know, I thought the best place to do it is the track because it's really easy. If I put a bottle on the side at arm's reach, I just like grab it, I drink it, the next lap, I just put it back. One thing that is not really happening anymore is the doubles because right now it's above 30 degrees Celsius in the afternoons. So yeah, the doubles are kind of like falling off the training plan. No running for me today, not even a gym session. Ben has given me a rest day. I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to tick something off my Dubai bucket list. So this morning I went to the Aura Sky Pool. The clips that I got will have given you an idea of what it's like, but basically the Sky Pool is this pool that is on the 50th floor of a building on the Palm, and you get these incredible views of Dubai. You can see the Palm, the marina, the Burj Al Arab, like the Dubai skyline, everything. The cheapest tickets you can get, from what I've seen for the sunrise session, is 325 AED. But at the moment, if you are a resident, you can get free tickets. Now they call it free tickets, but you know, you do have a minimum spend for food and drinks of 100 AED per person for the sunrise session, so that's about £20. And if you decide to go for the free ticket, you cannot choose your spot, so you can't choose which view you're going to have. The one thing you can do, though, is that you can pay an extra 100 AED to guarantee that you're going to be front row wherever they place you on that pool. So I thought, well, if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it right. So I decided to pay the extra 100. So my minimum spend this morning was 200 AED, but it was still cheaper than if I had gone as a paying customer, choosing the worst possible seat. It's just, yeah, 3 lovely hours of relaxing by the pool. I really want to go back. We've been this time. Hopefully we're going to do that on my birthday weekend. We are in Mushriff Park this morning. It's a bit out of the way, but it's definitely worth the effort, especially if you're doing a long run, which I'm not doing today, but Ben is. So I decided to come along with him. It's only my second time running in this park. My first time was last weekend. I did a 20k long run. And Ben has been coming here several times, maybe 4 or 5 times already, basically for all his very long runs. And today I was meant to do just an easy 6k with strides, but because I'm going to be here for a while, I reckon I'm going to run a bit longer. And I don't really want to do an out and back, I'd rather do a loop. So yeah, probably end up doing 10k. This 5k tomorrow, if it's anything like the past 2 times I've done it, it is not going to be competitive. It is not the Mid-Cheshire 5k. The first time I did it, I was 4th overall, first lady in 1813. The second time I did it, I was 3rd overall, first lady in 1848. I would love to have a bit more competition tomorrow. I'd love to have more runners at the front that I can chase down, that would push me more, I reckon. I mean, I'm sure of it, actually. So yes, hopefully a bigger pack in front of me would be great. And tomorrow they're actually starting the race an hour earlier than before because we're really progressing into the hot season. So the 16-kilometer distance starts at 6, and then I think they start the 10k at 6:30. The 5k we start at 6:35, and then shortly after is going to be the 3k race. Right, so that was 10k for this morning, a little longer than my usual pre-race run, but it's not like tomorrow is an A race, and I incorporated 4 by 30 second strides in the final kilometer. It is 20 past 7 and it is 26 degrees. It's not awfully warm, but it does feel like it's like much hotter than that when you're out running. And earlier this week I was thinking that tomorrow would be my last opportunity to run a decent time at a race here until November, but honestly it's actually really warm. Tomorrow is going to be 24-25 degrees at 6:30 in the morning. I don't think I'm heat adapted in the slightest. So although I'd really like to run a sub 18:30, I also wouldn't be surprised if I can't even break 19 minutes tomorrow. guys, it is currently 26 degrees at 6 in the morning. I'm really glad I'm only doing the 5k, not the 10k, which I had briefly considered. Yeah, hopefully 5k won't be too bad. Also, I am not going to be taking my camera on the course. I'm not going to try to like film anything and raise my heart rate even more by holding the camera out in the air. Also, the course really has nothing interesting. It's not like there's any landmarks along the way. Ben is here spectating, but with how the course is designed, he can only film the start and the finish. So unfortunately, that's all you're going to see.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In third place,
Oh my days, it is toasty. So there was a bit more competition today, as in there were more faster guys because I finished 8th overall, which is the lowest in the rankings I've finished at this race. And first lady, the ladies side, not that much competition. So my finish time was 18:33, I think that's the official result. And then second and third were 20 something and 21 something, and they're actually two young girls. That's very good time for their age. And sharing the podium with them, I'm almost wondering, like, should I even compete? Like, should I just leave the kids to this race? And talking about kids, that's so funny. At the start, they really make a point. They want to be front row, and then they go out full pelt, absolutely sprinting. And then after 200 meters, they die. Yeah, as for my race, 18:33, I'm quite happy with that. I felt really warm on the final kilometer, but I'm just glad that I didn't die. I managed to hold on to a decent pace. Ben has just texted me now that he finished his run, so I need to meet him at the car. On that note, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Hopefully I won't leave it a month until I post again. Bye!